All right, let's get right into it. Today, we're diving deep into the art of storytelling. Ever feel like you're putting amazing information out there, but it's just not sticking? Whether it's a presentation, an email, whatever, we're going to fix that. We're going to look at 6 techniques that will totally transform your content from something people forget into something they can't stop thinking about. You know exactly what I'm talking about, right? You're scrolling or you're sitting in a meeting and you are just completely zoning out. And then bam, the very next thing you hear has you on the edge of your seat. So what is it? What's that secret ingredient that makes one story incredible and another one, well, a total dud?
Well, here's the good news. It is not magic, it's a method. Seriously, great storytelling isn't some gift you're born with, it's a skill. It's a set of real, practical techniques that anyone can learn. And today, you and I are going to walk through them so you can make absolutely any piece of content you create unforgettable. Okay, so here are these 6 essential tools we're adding to your storytelling toolbox today. We've got the dance, the rhythm, the tone, the direction, the lens, and the hook. Let's jump right in with the first one. First step is the dance. This is so fundamental. See, every great story has this constant push and pull. It's a dance between setting the scene, that's your context, and then introducing a problem. That's your conflict. This back and forth is the engine that keeps your audience completely hooked from start to finish. So how do you actually do this dance? Well, master storytellers use this incredibly simple but powerful rule. You just replace the phrase "and then" with "but" or "therefore." Think about it. "And then" just gives you a boring list of events. But when you use "but," you create conflict. And when you use "therefore," you show consequence. It's such a small change, but it creates this amazing chain reaction that literally pulls your audience through the story. That idea of flow brings us perfectly to our second technique, which is the rhythm. This is all about the sound, the music of your words. It's not just what you say, it's the cadence and the pacing of how you say it. A good rhythm just makes your message so much easier to listen to, and it keeps people locked in without them even realizing why. A legendary author put this so perfectly. Just listen to this first part. This sentence has 5 words. Here are 5 more words. 5-word sentences are fine, but several together become monotonous. You can feel that, right? It's just flat. It drones on. Okay, now listen to this. I vary the sentence length, and I create music. The writing sings. I use short sentences, and I use sentences of medium length. And sometimes, when I am certain the reader is rested, I will engage him with a sentence of considerable length. The difference is just, wow, it comes alive. So here's a really practical trick to check the rhythm in your own writing. As you write, just hit enter after every sentence. Put each one on its own line. Then lean back from your screen and just look at the shape of the text. Does it have a jagged edge with short lines and long lines all mixed up? Or does it look like a big solid block? If it's a block, you know your sentences are too similar. Time to start mixing it up. Okay, technique number 3 is all about tone. You know, the best communicators, they make you feel like they're talking just to you, right? Like it's a one-on-one conversation. That's the goal. You want to talk with your audience, not at them. And the difference here is huge. When your tone is really formal and stiff, it just feels like a lecture. It creates a barrier. Honestly, it can even sound like a sales pitch. But when you adopt a warm, conversational tone, it does the exact opposite. It breaks down that barrier, and suddenly it feels like you're getting advice from a friend you trust. It's just so much more powerful. So how do you practice this? It's pretty simple. The next time you write a script, pretend you're sending a text or a voice note to just one person, a good friend. This little mental shift helps you stop presenting and start communicating in a way that feels natural and actually connects with people. Now, our 4th technique is called direction, and it's going to feel a little weird at first. The secret is to start at the end. I know, it sounds counterintuitive, but if you know your destination before you even start the journey, it becomes so much easier to figure out the best way to get there. Every great story needs a killer final line. Think of it like the punchline of a joke. It's the very last thing your audience is going to hear, and it needs to be so good, so memorable that it makes them want to share the whole story. So before you write anything else, ask yourself, what's the one big idea I want to leave them with? That's your final line. So you're actually flipping the writing process on its head. Step 1, nail that final unforgettable line. Step 2, write a powerful opening hook that grabs attention right away. Once you have those 2 bookends, your beginning and your end, all you have to do is fill in the middle using the dance of context and conflict we talked about earlier. It makes the whole process so much clearer.
All right, our last two techniques are a real power couple, the lens and the hook. The lens is all about finding your unique angle on a topic, and the hook is about creating an opening that people just can't ignore. When you get these two right, you immediately stand out from all the noise.
Let's talk about the story lens first. This is your unique perspective. Think of it like this. A topic is like a plain beam of white light. It's fine, but it's just light. But if you pass that light through a prism, that's your unique lens. It suddenly splits into a whole rainbow of colors. Your lens is what takes a common, everyday story and makes it completely uncommon and fascinating.
Let's use an example. Say the topic is a new smartphone launch. The common lens, the one everybody uses, is to talk about the specs, the features, the price. Kind of boring, right? But what if you used a unique lens? You could explore the environmental impact of making that phone. Or you could analyze how its design helps or hurts people with disabilities. See? You're taking the same old topic and making it feel brand new.
And finding that unique lens leads you straight to our final technique, the hook. A weak hook is just vague clickbait, you know? You won't believe it happens next. It just makes people roll their eyes. But a strong hook is direct. It's a clear promise of value. These are the 3 garden techniques that will save you hours. It tells the audience exactly what they're about to get and why they should stick around. And here's the kicker. In a visual world, you need a visual hook. Our eyes process things way, way faster than our ears can hear and understand. So don't just tell them what your story is about, show them. If you're talking about strawberries, show a giant, perfect strawberry in the very first second. It's an instant signal to your viewer's brain that says, yup, you're in the right place. And that's it. That's your new storytelling toolbox. The dance, the rhythm, the tone, the direction, the lens, and the hook. If you start using these, you'll be creating stories that don't just get heard, they get felt, they connect. So the only question left is, your audience is out there waiting. What story are you going to tell first?